passwords.
With so many subscriptions, it can be impossible to keep up.
Who said that?
Don't worry about who I am. Worry about all the money you're losing paying for all these subscriptions.
I have to use like 13 to watch all the shows I want to watch.
Then sign up for TVS. With TVS, you have all your favorite shows with just one bill. So stop throwing away money and throw away those subscriptions.
Magellan, what should we do with all this money we save by switching to TVS?
Okay, this is Betty Cottle. Me and Mr. Mideast will be doing this game today. We're at Lloyd College doing the NCCAA Volleyball Championship. We have Miss Kayla Van Hoos. She is the coach of the Lloyd College Lady Eagles. We watched a fantastic game last night between you guys and Welch, and you guys came out victory. Today you're playing Boyce. They're a pretty good team, pretty strong team. So what's your thoughts on what are you going to have to do to pull this win out today?
Well, I think today we're going to have to control the ball a little bit better. I feel like we're pretty good at ball control anyway. We have a great libero, great DSs. We're going to try and deliberately handle the ball better on the set and put it where our hitters need it to execute the game plan. We have a pretty good game plan. I don't want to say it out loud right now, but if we execute that, then we could come out with a win today. The last time we met Boyce, we came out pretty strong. We won the first set against them. We hung with them. I believe that game went 4 sets, maybe 5. It was a fight the entire time, and they had a packed gym full of their fans. So I think that the knowing that they are beatable is going to help us here because we're right here at home. We played well yesterday. We came back from, a deficit.
Yes.
And so I think that my girls are here and they're ready. So that's more important than anything.
Yes, and I can tell you from I called a game earlier in the year for you guys. This Lloyd team looked fantastic yesterday. I thought the passing was just excellent, and I thought that, and I don't want to get their names wrong, number one of them is Hall, 27. I thought they were phenomenal yesterday. I thought Hall was great. She could hit all over the floor, 23.
Yes.
Good. I don't care what you said, good set, bad set.
She's going to hit it.
She makes contact. And I thought that 27 was just – I thought when you needed a hit or a block on the net, great job blocking that 5 from that back row. I've never seen that done that good all the time.
Well, we've worked on that a lot, Betty, and most people Krista Amberger came from Knott County, so she's Beth Justice trained, and the current coaches had a little hand in there, and her development as well. She's always had it. But to play at this level, you have to, know those quicker, high-level offenses. So we finally got her around, and this is her first year starting varsity the way that she has, and she just really done a lot of work for us. A lot of people don't know, but we lost TK Ellis to an ACL injury on October 25th, and so we've just been trying to find a way to manage without her. And I feel like a lot of people like Jaden Hall have stepped up, and and Jaden's just a freshman.
Yes.
So to take on such a heavy role on our team, there's not enough good things I could say about these girls and how they've really just fought through adversity the entire time we've been here. They fought through adversity yesterday.
Yes. Well, I seen 33 the first time I watched. She was in the middle. The other team was just too much. They were too quick for her. She couldn't play with. I see you moved her to the outside and made a world of difference. A much better ball player.
Well, from the middle, she terminates for us the most. It's Kylie Ward's her name. She terminates the most for us from the middle, and as you know, it's hard to set your middles.
Yes.
So when we lost that offense from TK Ellis, the thing that made the most sense to me was to move our next highest scorer out to the pin so we could set her some more. So
yeah, but I thought you're right, and your libero, those two liberos yesterday.
Yeah.
I said I felt like they were fighting to see who were the best.
Yes.
Because those two were getting after the ball. Both those liberos, everything they had was on that floor yesterday.
Yes, for sure. I coach through my lib, and if you know me very well, I usually talk to her about the game plan beforehand, and so she's out there being my voice. Because I'm not constantly chattering while I'm coaching. She's saying
I'm amazed.
Yeah, she's saying what needs to be said for me because we've talked before the game, and that's how I operate. And it seems to work better when they hear it from their peers anyway.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I liked it. I seen yesterday when they would huddle up, they were actually discussing. You could see them talking instead of just good job. They were actually talking, figuring out where everybody was going.
Yeah, I try to run a program that involves the players. It's not a do what you're told type of thing all the time. Now we do have discipline, And sometimes you have to be okay with, as a coach, they will overstep when you give them that much of room to do so. But you have to be willing to say, hey, this is mine.
Yeah.
The rest of that's yours. This is mine.
Exactly.
So we have that talk, and we can have that talk. And I think it's great for young women to be able to be told, hey, this is where we're going to draw the line, have boundaries, but you guys decide what we can do from here from your end.
Yeah.
So we try and let them be as involved in the process as possible. It makes for a better team. It really does.
That game yesterday between you guys and Welch was probably one of the best, and one of the best volleyball games I've seen played in the college this year.
Yes.
It was so quick, and I mean, just everybody neither team wanted to lose, you could tell. So every girl was pushing for every point.
Well, when I took the job, it felt like that the offense was slow here. It was still at a high school speed. And when you're playing collegiate teams, they're playing first tempos and things like that. My goal this entire time is to try to speed us up. That way they don't know what we're doing as fast as they could. Maybe we're moving the ball a little bit faster. We're setting things that are, not the easiest set.
Exactly.
So we're trying to disrupt the flow of the game a little bit to get them off on their heels, and I think that we've came a long way in 2 seasons just doing that. So
I thought they looked great. I thought it was very fast tempo yesterday from both sides.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Welch,
was very impressed.
They have nothing to be ashamed of. They played a great game, and I don't know that they have anybody but one player who's over like 5'8". So
that's what we were talking about. We were Ward was up there in the center, and the little Alvarez was over there.
Yeah, she was getting everything.
She's 5'7" and Ward's 6'4", and she could get up.
Yeah, she could.
But I was just impressed with, like you said, the speed of the game. It wasn't I like that both setters was moving the ball really well, which makes I know that makes the defense work extremely hard. So they really didn't know where the ball was going. They didn't know what that hitter was going to do with the ball.
Well, and because you've coached long enough, that a high set will make anybody look good. But when you ask a hitter to hit something a little bit faster, a little bit lower, that really shows you what they're made of.
Exactly.
So.
That's what I just mentioned yesterday. I said for this 14th region high school volleyball to ever get, they're at the top of the second level.
Yeah.
But if they're going to get to that top, the bottom of the top level, we've got to be able to run those
speed
zeros.
up a little bit.
We've got to be able to run those zeros and run them, not set it and then run and get it.
Most high schools right now are in like a second tempo, maybe even slower.
Yes.
If they can get to 1 or 0, there's no reason that East Kentucky teams can't compete.
That's what I said. And right now, I always do them by levels. I said, you've got that top level that's going to run that 0 and run it great. And then you've got that next level, and I think that's where the 14th region, your top teams are. But to get there, you've got that 0 has got to be involved in this.
And that comes from formerly trained setters.
Exactly.
And they're hard to find around
here. They
are.
And you've got these setters have to be able to, they don't pass the ball. They've got to shoot that ball outside. I loved it. But
right now, the girl that's setting the ball for us is from a JUCO in Texas. So,
yes.
So we're having to go way out to find somebody that can run the offense that we want to run. And she actually was recruited as an opposite, but showed up with hands. And so,
And that's the thing. A lot of these kids come in here, like I know the kids I coached, everybody had to be able to say it.
Yeah.
And we tried that 0 for a couple of years, but we never, first of all, we didn't spend enough time on it.
Right.
But had we spent, we couldn't get the timing down for everybody. So, we knew we could set a 0 for this one or that one, but we wanted to be able to set it for everybody. And it's, you got to be in the air. When that 0 set, that hitter's already got to be in the air going.
Absolutely. And I think that's where having the club scene in Eastern Kentucky now is going to change a lot of that, because it complements the high school game well. It's not meant to replace it, but you get to group kids that are of the same ability and then
you
grow them and move them upward because they're all the same ability. High school, you got people here and here.
Exactly.
So
that's what I said too.
You're having to work 30 kids that are of all different abilities in the high school, and there's only so much you can do with that. So.
But I want to wish you the best of luck. We'll be here calling your game today, so good luck.
Thank you guys for being here.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100 years, ALC has been providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best.
Opportunity to work for my education.
Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader.
Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find your purpose at Alice Lloyd College.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
No matter what town or community you live in, there's a Tim Short dealership nearby. That's because our family of dealerships are dedicated to serving the folks throughout Eastern Kentucky. Our employees are your friends and neighbors, helping to support the local economy and provide safe and affordable transportation to everyone that shops the family of Tim Short dealerships. Our entire inventory can be found with a click of a button at timshortautogroup.com. Visit us online and join the thousands of customers that took the short drive to satisfaction today.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Home sweet home. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we've been providing our friends and neighbors the sweet dream of homeownership since 1960. We're proud to support the community we work and live in. That's why we take so much pride in providing competitive rates, low closing costs, and quick turnaround by local decision makers. Investing and growing our community is what we do. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we believe that there's no place like our home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the Perry Campus Center on the campus of Alice Lloyd College, as we will be bringing the winner of this will go to the automatic bid will go to Joplin, Missouri to play in the national tournament as the winner of the Mideast Regional. We have, of course, Boyce College, who is 20-10 on the season. Alice Lloyd College 7-27 on the season. When these two have faced twice on August 24th, Boys beat Alice Lloyd 3-0, 25-12, 25-19, and 25-15. On September 17th, Boys College defeated Alice Lloyd College 3-1. Alice Lloyd won the first set 25-18, and Boys won the next three 27-25, 25-23, and 25-12. And they began the announcing of the players for each team. And with the announcement of those players, and I want to thank the athletic staff at Alice Lloyd College, Jennifer Hall and David Hatfield, and all that's involved in the playing of this Mideast Regional and allowing us at Hometown 24 to do the game. So I hope you got your popcorn, you got your remote, turn up the sound, and enjoy tonight's telecast. Of course, I'm Manus Blair, and I'm joined by Betty Von Cottle once again, and we're ready to play some volleyball, Betty Von.
We are. I think it's going to be a really good match. I just talked to and interviewed Kayla. She said they have a game plan. I feel like in order for them to pull this off, they're going to have to play like they did yesterday. They're going to have to play quick. They're going to have to hit. They have to hit the ball and they have to block. Because if you get, what is it, Rao?
When you get Olivia Rao going,
yeah,
man.
And the libero is going to have to play. She played an exceptional game yesterday.
Gibson.
Yeah, she's going to have to play her game, I think. And like I said, Boyce is going to make mistakes, but Alice Lloyd is going to have to play their game and really be on their toes today.
In today, I kind of looked at some of the statistics, and Alice Lloyd must have a better hitting percentage than what they did the first two matches. And Boyce did not have. I thought, I think it was 138 that they hit on the second match. So first match they hit at 248. So. I agree with you, and both liberos here are going to play an important part along with the two setters. Thurback and Gibson's going to play an integral role in how this match plays out. Wood, the middle hitter for Boyce, last night she was dead on, hitting everything straight down, and Jayden Hall for Alice Lloyd was as well. And we're ready to go, and Rao will start it off for Boyce. Goes to Hall, Scoletta to Ward, and that is going to be out, and that's a point for Boyce, just out.
It is, but that right ideal. They're getting it. They're setting this ball and letting these big girls have a chance to hit.
Once again, Alyssa Rao with the serve. Scoletto back 3-meter line to Hall, and she is going to just over top of the block for the point.
Hall was phenomenal last night. Her and we were talking. We could have gave it to her or Ambergy.
Yeah.
But I was just very impressed with Ambergy's blocking those zeros. Those fives in that back line.
And Rao with the kill, and that's a point for Boyce. Yeah, we just struggled last night on who was going to be.
We should have just given it to both of them. Got it over with.
Either one of them deserved it.
Yeah, they did.
Hall across on the
nice
two,
shot.
and that's going to be a point for Alice Lloyd. Yep, it was too tight to the net.
Yeah.
And Mallory Hall is going to go out, and Keith Lee comes in as Scoletta will serve at 2-2. Goes to Molyneux. Outside hit, and it's crossed to Gibson, and nobody can get to it, and it's a point for Boyce.
See, that's where somebody else has to help that setter out. That can't
Couldn't
be
get
her
to
ball.
it.
Yeah,
Couldn't
that
get
can't
to
be
it.
her ball. All they do is pop that up, and Hall was standing there ready to hit again.
They're back to Hall. Goes into the middle to Ambergy, but there is Rao. Rao to Vanderkoy. Little miscommunication.
Yeah.
Free ball for Boyce. Bump set goes back to Molyneux down the line, and it is in for the kill. Point goes to Boyce, 4-2.
This is one thing that Alice Lloyd cannot do. They cannot let the boys have free balls.
Yeah, no, if their hitting percentage, especially if Rao, is outstanding. Deep hit, and that's going to go long as Keithley tried to roll it into the back area, and it went long for Boyce. That is a point, 5-2. Thurback continues the serve. Nice serve. Gibson with the up. Ambergy's going to hit it wide, and it's going to be another point for Boyce, 6-2.
Yeah, Alice Lloyd has to settle down. They're trying to do the right things. They're just hitting everything wide.
And miscommunication once again. That's going to be a point for Boyce, 7-2. 5-0 run by Boyce, and Coach Van Hoos says, give me a timeout, and it will be back in 30 seconds. Stay with us.
Just want to watch the game.
That turn on the ceiling fan, use the gray remote, hit power, then input.
It's not working.
That's the silver one.
It might be difficult to understand what all the remotes on your coffee table do. But with a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent in every county, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Next time, I'll just go to the game.
A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone.
Welcome back to the Prairie Campus Center on the campus of Alice Lloyd. Coach Van Hoos with a timeout at 7-2. Boyce on a 5-0 run, and we're going to have a substitution as Cox will come in for Keithley. They're back to continue to serve. Goes to Hall. Scoletta outside to Cox down the line, but there's Thurback. Rao with the back set, and it's going to be off of Scoletta as Green with the kill. 8-2 as the run continues for Boyce. Pretty good crowd for a 2 o'clock game. Some of them getting out of their clock. And that's going to be a service error. Point Alice Lloyd. Thompson will come in for Ward. And she will go back to serve.
Yes, it is 8-3, Boyce.
It's a little bit bright from those lights coming back into Boyce's face. Rao with a cut. Gibson with the up. Scoletta back set to Thompson, and it's going to be off of Rao. Alyssa Rao back to Molyneux down the line, but Scoletta's there. Thompson across to Hall. Off the high hands, and it's going to be point Alice Lloyd. 8-4. Hall was able to hit it off the double block over there on the right side.
I told you, Hall can hit anything.
Rao goes to Molyneux, and she hits it in the net. 8-5. As Alice Lloyd goes on a mini 3-0 run here with Thompson serving. Rao with the call. Gives it to her sister, back to her, and they said it was blocked by Ambergy. Molyneux over the top, but a pancake up by Scoletto over to the side, throw back, and it doesn't cross. Point Alice Lloyd, 8-6.
I like the energy that Alice Lloyd is playing with right now.
Yeah, and, you know,
I like to look at
they've
them.
battled right
Exactly.
back here. Rao to Rao. Molyneux tries to go over the top, but doesn't cross. And they go on a 5-0 run, 8-7. Serve to Rao. Straight down, nice hit that time by Vanderkoy with a kill. 9-7, Boyce. Vanderkoy, like we talked last night, very athletic. Serve down, and that's going to be an ace that time by Green. Hall was thinking it was going out of bounds. And that one's going to be out of bounds.
Yep, it hit Justin. It was out of bounds.
And he's standing out of bounds.
He is.
It's kind of like in basketball. If you get hit and you're in the line, it is in. Ambergy to serve at 10-8. Rao outside to Molyneux, and it's off of Ambergy out of bounds, and it's going to be point, Boyce. Gibson in for Ambergy. Molyneux will go back to serve. Jump serve. Goes off Thompson. Gibson across. Hall hits it, and that's going to go down. Had a lot of top spin on it, and it went in. And
she does an excellent job on that ball. Every ball she hits has top spin.
And if you're not familiar with it, top spin's going to bring it down, just like in baseball when you try to throw a curve ball. Mallory Hall to Syracuse, who had just come in. Rao hits it across to Gibson. Wesley Hall, free ball.
Good spot. She put it deep.
Yep. And Rao off the block of Scoletto. Thompson to Scoletto, and there will be a free ball, and it's going to be point Boys as they were not able to collect it.
Right.
Wood in for Thurback. Vanderkoy with the serve. And they called out, but she went ahead and hit it. Or it might have been the crowd called out. Hall
no, one of
her
her teammates called out, but that was going to be close. I would have played that too.
Yeah, too close to let it go.
It's 13-9, Boyce.
Vanderkoy with a jump serve. Goes to Thompson. Scoletto goes back, but nobody there. Thompson across. Free ball as Molyneux goes to Rao. To Wood over the top of the block. On three, they get it across. Free ball for Boyce. Rao down the middle. Off the block of Wesley for the point. 14-9.
Wesley was there. She just didn't make her hands stiff and go forward.
Yep. But like we've said with Rao, Olivia Rao, she hits it with so much pace.
Right.
Mallory Hall to Gibson, and tries to cut it, does Hall, and she scores a point for Boyce. 15-9.
Yeah, 15-9.
Can't get away from it here. Alice Lloyd Hall. Cross Scoletto to Hall. Molyneux to Rowell. The short set to Wood, but there's Thompson. Scoletto goes to Hall down the line, but Syracuse grabs it. Got a joust, and it's going to be won by Alice Lloyd. Scoletto on two, and it's going to be a point. 15-10. Thompson will go out, and Ward will come in.
And Scotella she can do that because she is in the front row.
And she got way up on that thing. Scoletto in there. It's going to be another joust, but won by Rowell. Molyneux plays it off the beam, and it's going to be to Alice Lloyd's benefit. It goes straight down, and that's a point for them. Could not react quick enough to it. Hall with a serve into the net with the service error. A point goes to Boyce. In comes Green, and Syracuse will go out. Rowell to serve, and that is Alyssa Rowell, excuse me. Nice serve. On two goes across. Molyneux to Wood, back to Rowell, but there's Gibson on two, and it goes out. 17-11.
She's got to use her big girls.
Yep. In that situation.
Yeah, you got to use these big girls. You got to let them hit the ball.
Rowell with the serve. Goes straight to Hall. Back set Scoletto to Wesley. To Rowell. To Molyneux to Olivia Rowell. Deep, but there's Hall. Wesley to Ward. There's Molyneux to Rowell. To her sister. Nice job by Hall. On two. That time it was too close. She had to do that one pretty much. Gibson to Scoletto to Ward. Draws it back to the middle. Nice job by Molyneux. To Rowell. Sets herself. And it's going to be long. Alice Lloyd point.
It's 12-17, Boyce.
And that's the first time I've seen Rowell not moving through the ball to hit it. Made it a little bit more difficult. Gibson with the serve. Goes to Molyneux to Rowell. Back to her sister off the net. There's Ward to Hall. Back to Ward off the block, but there is Rowell. Molyneux with a back set to Rowell down the line. Hall to Ward. Molyneux to Rowell to Wood to Gibson. Scoletto to Ward, and it's out and no touch. Molyneux tried to touch it, but it's a point for Boyce.
I like the speed of this game. The games last night was quick. The Alice Lloyd Welch in this game is quick. I like this.
Yeah. Scoletto goes over to Ambergy. There's Rowell. Green. Molyneux to Hall. Scoletto. Ward off the double block, but there's Gibson. Rowell with the stop. Molyneux down the line, and it was long. Asking for a touch, and no touch call. Point will go to Alice Lloyd. I did not see a touch, and evidently the officials did. Did you see a touch that time?
No, but the ball's going so fast, if you blink, you've already missed the play.
It's already a point. Scaleto to Molyneux. Short set to Wood. And there is Scaleto with a save to Hall. And Ward mistimes it, and it's going to be a point for Boyce, 19-13. Vanderkoy will come in for Wood, and Thurback will serve for Boyce.
Yeah, Alice Lloyd's just made a few too many just
and that's the
errors on their
difference.
own.
And that's the 6-point difference.
It really is.
Nice look by Gibson as it sails long. The point goes to Alice Lloyd. Thompson for Ward. Alice Lloyd needs a bunch here. Thompson with a serve. Nice up by Rao. Short set. And Vanderkoy got it over, but it was tipped back by Ambergy. Ambergy with the block. Thurback. Rao, deep corner. Smart play. Point, Boys. Couldn't have thrown it any better than that. And it's going to be a timeout by Alice Lloyd, 2014. Stay with us. We'll be back in 30.
A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Alice Lloyd College as we're in the first set, 2014. Boys, timeout by Alice Lloyd College. Few little minor things that need to be straightened up by Alice Lloyd. Boys doing a nice job of hitting the volleyball.
Yeah, Alice Lloyd had they've had 3 or 4 errors on hits.
Yep,
and that's why the score is 20-14.
And in a close match, it's going to play out that way. Who can have the higher hitting percentage? Who can serve better?
And you've got to handle this serve.
And you got to be able to get it to your hitters and your setters. Scaleto back to Thompson. Roll shot, and that's going to be down. Caught Boys completely off guard.
Yes.
Point Alice Lloyd as Syracuse will come in for Green. Ambergy to serve. Wesley in for Gibson. Thurback with a nice up to Rowell to Vanderkoy. Nothing they could do about that one.
No.
Single block and point Boys.
If you're not on that one, you're not getting that one.
No. Man, she can get up.
She can, but Wesley has to be right in her face.
Yeah. Immediately. Molyneux with a serve. Nice serve. Nice up by Thompson. Scaleto to Wesley. Down to Thurback. On 2, but that Gibson was ready. Both teams scrambling in system. Rowell with it and unable to contain it, and it's going to be point Boys, 22-15. Molyneux to serve. To Thompson. Scaleto. Nice shot by Cox. Short set and scrambling, and they score the point. Alice Lloyd, 22-16.
Okay, Alice Lloyd has figured out that this little tip shot is working right now.
Over top, right in the middle, and Coach Stevens give a little instructions to both their Libro and Syracuse there. Syracuse to Rowell outside their sister. There's Gibson with a nice up. Goes to Hall. That block, and it's out of bounds. Rowell and Vanderkoy had the block, but it sailed wide. Point Alice Lloyd.
Let me tell you something. Hall can get up.
She surely can.
Yes.
Along with getting over top of that thing. Hall is going to sail long. Point goes to Boyce.
See, that's what you don't need. Right now, you just need to get these serves in. Just
can't have freebies.
No.
And Vanderkoy goes back to serve. Nice up by Gibson to Scaleto. Back push, and there's Molyneux, and it's going to be blocked by Wood, and that's going to set up set point number 1 in set 1.
Yeah, Woods just looked like a tree right there.
A big wall.
Exactly.
She's just a big wall. She put it straight down. Vanderkoy serves to Hall. On 2, gets it across, but there's Molyneux with the outstanding up on the dig. Hall over top, and it's going to be out and no touch, and that's going to end set number 1, 25-17. We'll have set number 2 in 30 or a little bit more, so stay with us.
TVS Cable has everything you need to stay entertained. Video services with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24. Ask about digital voice service for home and business. High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game. There's something for all ages. We've got you covered. Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS. Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
In Kentucky, we understand what matters: family, friends, community. But sometimes we hurt. At Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, we believe in hope, and Mountain's behavioral health professionals want to be there for you every step of the way. Together, we can overcome the challenges of depression, PTSD, addiction, and so much more. With behavioral health centers throughout Kentucky, your story of recovery begins at Mountain Comprehensive Care Center.
Welcome back to Alice Lloyd College. Thank you for watching our presentation from Hometown 24. Once again, thanks to all the hospitality of the people of Alice Lloyd College. I need to go down there at the chapel and check it out. I have not been in the new chapel that's on campus here, so my name and my family's name should be on one of the bricks. So look forward to finally figuring that out and seeing if it's in there. But as we go to set number 2 here, number 1 goes to Boyce at 25-17, and the hitting percentage of Boyce picked up a notch a little bit at the end. Alice
and
Lloyd,
just fundamental errors is what cost Alice Lloyd that game.
Yeah, they just they cannot give any freebies, either service errors or whatnot, to Boyce, because Boyce comes in as the prohibitive favorite. You know, they're ranked number 2 in this division.
And like I said, Alice Lloyd, they've got to stay with the game plan.
Program.
They do,
yeah.
And you can't be everybody can't tip tap. You got a job to do. You have to do it. And when you've got these big hitters, you have to give them a chance to handle the ball.
And as we come back to, Alice Lloyd now is switching sides, as we talked about in college. If you watch a lot of high school volleyball, you don't switch sides. But in this situation in college volleyball, you do switch sides.
Which I think it is a good thing. It gives you some movement. Sometimes that 3 minutes in between games is like a world. I mean,
especially in high school.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Hall with a serve to start the second set. Molyneux to Wood. Hall hits it, and it's going to be an overpass, and Olivia Rowell with the kill. Point Boyce, and her sister Alyssa Rowell will go back to serve.
That was a nice shot by Wood.
Yep. Mallory Hall up to Ward. Ward hits it, and it's going to go wide, and that's going to be a point for Boyce.
See, Alice Lloyd, they can't give this big lead this time. They've got to stay. They have to get a ball inbound so they get settled down.
And, they've got the crowd here, and they need to do things to get the crowd involved as well to help them out. Rao with a serve, goes to Hall. Scaletta with a bump set to Willis down the side. Molyneux with a bump across to Rao. There is Gibson. Scaletta to Wesley down the line. Thurback with an overpass. Down goes with Ward. Nothing they could do about it, and that's a point for Alice Lloyd.
Nice job by Ward.
Yep. Nothing that Wood could not get over there in time. 2-1 Boyce. Gibson to serve. Gibson from Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Molyneux to Rao. And it's going to be hard. It did not. It went around the antenna, and that's going to be a point for Alice Lloyd. 2-2.
2-2, yes.
And Gibson will continue to serve. Goes to Rao. Rao back to her. Evidently it was blocked. Did not see a sign on that. Hall to Scaletta, to Wesley. Thurback. Rao back to her sister. And it's blocked that time by Ambergy. And it's going to be a point for Alice Lloyd.
I'm telling you, Gibson's coming in here playing the same game she played last night. Just absolutely refusing to let a ball drop.
I started to holler at her and ask her, did she do an ice bath last night? She's run, as you said, she was prepared. On 2, there goes Gibson, but she cannot get it. Smart play by Rao, and that's going to be a point by Boyce. 3-3. Olivia Rao will go back to serve. The Rao sisters are from Matthews, North Carolina. And cannot get to it, and that's going to be a point for Boyce. I thought Scaletta had done something, but just trying to avoid the scorers table. 4-3. Goes to Hall. Scaletta to Wesley off the double block, and is that going to be 4? Yes, it is 4, and that's going to be a point for Alice Lloyd. I thought it was tipped after the initial hit. Mallory Hall is out, and in comes number 50, and that is Taylor Cox. Scaletta with a serve. Thurback, nice by Rao. Molyneux with a nice hit. Goes outside to Wesley off the tip. Bump set goes across. Cox wasn't unable to put it down. Molyneux with a block by Ambergy. Rao goes back, 3-meter hit by Rao. There's Hall. Scaletta with on 2. Looking for an illegal hit. Didn't get it, did Coach Stevens. Cox off the block. 3 ball for Alice Lloyd. Scaletta goes to Ambergy. Nice pancake up by Thurback. Off the block of Ambergy. Looking for the lift, no call. Wesley. Rao to Rao. And Green unable to hit it with her left hand, and it's going to be a point for Alice Lloyd, and they go ahead.
That was a great volley by both teams.
That was a great point.
It was.
Great. I'm just sitting here just watching. Oh, soft serve by Scotella, and it's going to be a point, 6-4.
No, that's Hall.
Oh, was it Hall that hit it? And there's going to be a timeout, and it's 6-4. We'll be back in 30.
This is the 4th app. I don't remember any of these passwords.
With so many subscriptions, it can be impossible to keep up.
Who said that?
Don't worry about who I am. Worry about all the money you're losing paying for all these subscriptions.
I have to use like 13 to watch all the shows I want to watch.
Then sign up for TVS. With TVS, you have all your favorite shows with just one bill. So stop throwing away money and throw away those subscriptions.
Magellan, what should we do with all this money we save by switching to TVS?
Welcome back to Alice Lloyd College. Great point prior to that one, and outstanding volleyball by both teams. 6-4 Alice Lloyd, set number 2. Set number 1 went to Boyce 25-17.
I do apologize. It was Scaletta. I thought it was Scatello.
I was starting to doubt myself.
I apologize. It was Scatello. I thought it was Hall.
Nice serve. Nice up by Molyneux. Goes back to her. So hits it long, and it is going to be out, and point Alice Lloyd. Scotella is from San Antonio, Texas. Short serve. Oh, nice job. Rowell with a 3-bit back to Olivia, and Hall could not do anything with it, so point, boys. Vanderkoy will come in for Wood.
It's 7-5 Alice Lloyd in the second set.
And Wood is from Portland Christian School out of Louisville. Scoletto to Ambergy. There's Rowell. Rowell with a back set to Molyneux, and she cuts it. And Ambergy wasn't able to do anything with it, and it's going to be a point for boys. 7-6 Alice Lloyd.
Well, Ambergy popped it up, and Ward had already left and got too far over.
Backed it up.
Yep.
Off the block of Thurback, hits it to Rowell to Vanderkoy, off the block, and it's going to be a point for boys. So they've come back to tie it up as boys, 7-7. Thurback with a short to Ambergy, little trouble. Ambergy gets it across Thurback to Rowell, goes to Molyneux, off the block, and there is Gibson. Scoletto goes to Wesley down the line. Molyneux with a cut shot, and it goes out. Had it with that fine angle. I thought she had him there.
Yeah, that was a good angled shot.
But the point will go to Alice Lloyd, 8-7.
And she done all of that with just twisting her hand.
Yes. Thompson with the serve goes to Molyneux. Rowell with a short to Vanderkoy. Nice play, and it's a point for boys, 8-8. It's gotten warm in here, Betty Vaughn.
It has. I've already taken my jacket off.
I'm going to have to myself. Ambergy, a little bit of trouble. Nice bump set to Hall. Blocked by Rowell. Vanderkoy, and it's going to go out, and that's going to be a point for Alice Lloyd. Syracuse coming in for Green. Ward comes in, and Gibson out. Ambergy to serve. Over the top, nice up by Rowell. Goes across, and it was just a miss set that time, and the point will go to Alice Lloyd. You will very infrequently, I would imagine, see Elsie Rowell make a miss set. Nice serve. Molyneux down the line, but Scoletto with a save. Blocked by Rowell, and that's going to be a point for boys. 10-9. Ambergy out, Gibson in.
Yeah, Hall, if she just thought this outside girl moved, all she had to do with that ball was tip it over here to the side.
Molyneux with a serve, and that's going to go long. Point Alice Lloyd, 11-9. Mallory Hall will come in for Cox, and she will go back to serve. Serve goes to Molyneux, to Rowell, across to her sister, off the net, but there is Thompson. Scoletto to Hall. They're back. Rowell short set to Vanderkoy. Hall, Scoletto. Ward with a hit, Molyneux. Cross to nobody there. Smart play by Rowell. Point, boys.
See, that's why, because Boyce is doing a much better job right now mixing these hits up. Yeah, they're going angle, short, line, tip.
Yep. Ward with a hit, but it's going to go wide and long. Point goes to Boyce. And, you know, in the days of analytics, I don't know if both of these teams has that, but, you know, where each team hits, I'm sure they've got it on something like that. Scoletto to Ward, and she dunks it. Literally. And that's going to be a point for boys. As my son is trying to call me, he doesn't know that I'm on a broadcast. I could answer it and let him give a little detail, but he knows nothing about volleyball. He knows less than I do. Boys with the serve. Ward takes it, free ball for Boyce. Rowell short set right down the middle, and that's going to be a point for Boyce as they string it out to 13-11. And
that's what we call a timeout.
Yep.
Kayla's got to get her group back together. They're a little out of sync. They're not sure who's getting what ball.
And we'll be back in 30 seconds.
No one likes an uninvited guest, especially when that guest is a potentially dangerous pest. So call Bluegrass Pest Management and let the pros take care of your problem. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, providing much-needed jobs to local people. With 3 locations in Hazard, London, and Hindman, they treat rats, mice, roaches, bed bugs, termites, and many more. Open Monday through Friday and now servicing all of Kentucky. Say goodbye to your uninvited guests today. Call Bluegrass Pest Management.
And welcome back after the timeout. It's 13-11 Boyce. Second set, first set went to Boyce at 25-17. Alice Lloyd cannot let this set get away from them.
We have here in front of us the coach, Miss Shay Cornet with her big 14th region title hanging up, and
yeah,
one game in the state tournament.
And that's going to be an ace. Yes, it is. 14-11 Boyce. As Justin Cornet makes the correct call over there. Assistant coach to Shay Cornet.
Exactly.
Vanderkoy with a floater to Hall. On 2. Free ball now. Going to Rowell. And it was a touch. And it's going to be a point for Boyce as Rowell hit it off the double block and he went out of bounds. 15-11. Goes to Gibson. 3-meter hit by Thompson. Syracuse. Vanderkoy. Molyneux. Deep hit. Nice job by Gibson. Goes across to Rowell. Off the net. Scoletto out to Hall. Off the double block. Wood knocks it up. And that's going to go long.
And she tipped it.
And she touched it.
She didn't try. Thompson was just
trying to get out. She's trying to get out of the way.
That was just an instinct.
Yep.
That was an impulse.
16-11, and that's a big point for Boyce. Serve, nice job, Thompson. Backed, goes across to Syracuse. Rowell goes across to Rowell. Doesn't cross, and that's going to be a point, but it might have been blocked.
By Ward.
Was it blocked? So we'll give credit to Ward for the block. Thompson will go out, and Wesley comes in. Nice up by Molyneux. And it's going to be right on the line. Rowell, that's the second one she's done, but that one's a little bit different over the top.
Yeah, that was a back set over the net right at the line.
Right on it. 17-12. Hall with up. Scoletto goes back to Hall. There's Rowell. Molyneux with a back set to Rowell over the top, but there's Ward.
Nice job by Ward.
She got right back up that time.
Yes, she did.
Hit it off of Green out of bounds. Gibson to serve as Ward will go out and Ambergy will come in. Molyneux to Rowell, short to Wood. There's Hall. Wesley and Hall gets it across, free ball. Rowell back to Rowell. Off the double block. And it's going to be called illegal contact on Alice Lloyd. Point goes to Boyce, 18-13.
But they're hustling, like I said. It's a few errors on their part that has them behind in this game.
Yep.
A few mishandling the balls.
Got to get it to the setter. 1, 2, 3, and Hall cuts it. But Molyneux is ready for it. Rowell with a back set to Green off the block. And the block is going to score it for Alice Lloyd, 18-14. And Hall will go out, and Cox will come in. Scoletto with the serve. Molyneux route. Wood, and she finds the line. Point, boys. 19-14.
That's a great spot. We worked in high school on hitting that spot. That's a great spot to shoot for.
And, you know, when you're 6'1", you got a little bit of an angle more than most do. Ambergy, it's blocked. Goes back across. Left-hand hit that time. Rowell to Molyneux. Block, and it's going to go wide. Point's going to go to Boyce, 20-14. Gibson to Scoletto. Goes to Ambergy. And Green was ready for it. Wesley off the double block. Rowell to Vanderkoy, and it's going to go long. And that's going to be point Alice Lloyd. Wesley out.
It's 15-20 boys in the second set.
Floater serve. Molyneux, Rowell back to her. She hits it with the backside of her wrist. Hall, it's double blocked. Free ball for boys. Vanderkoy back outside to Molyneux, and it's going to be in, and that's a kill for boys. Point, 21-15. Hall, Scoletto, back, Thompson. Vanderkoy, but there's Gibson. Hall, there's Molyneux waiting on it. And on two this time, Ambergy's ready. And that's going to be a point for Alice Lloyd. That time Cox hit it off and hit it off Green. Goes out of bounds. Gibson goes out. Ambergy to serve. Syracuse in for boys. 21-16. Set number 2. Ambergy to Rowell. Rowell to Vanderkoy, and that's going to be a point. (22-16) boys. Molyneux with a serve. Alice Lloyd needing a bunch. Nice up. Scoletto goes to Hall, and it's blocked by Vanderkoy. Gibson to Hall. Rowell, and that's a kill. Point boys, 23-16. And it's going to be a timeout. And we'll be back in 30 seconds.
If you're looking for a convenient pharmacy location with a friendly, caring staff, look no further than Heinemann Pharmacy, located inside the new Heinemann Primary Care Center. Our pharmacy is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 6:30, but always stays open until the last patient is seen. Whether you need to pick up your refills in our drive-thru, need a flavored medicine for your little ones, or something to feel better after a visit to the clinic, the Heinemann Pharmacy inside Primary Care has got you covered. Located at 425 Heinemann Bypass. Call the Heinemann Pharmacy at 785-0513.
Welcome back, 23-16, set number 2. We have timeout, and with that being said, boys are up set 1, so they're up 1 set, trying to close out set number 2.
And Alice Lloyd is playing. They're just making more errors than Boyce is.
If they've got to get it to the setter, and once they get it to the setter, then they've got to put it down in the right spot. They got to have some kills here in a hurry. Boyce is trying to close it out. It goes across, nice up. On the 2, goes back over the top, and that's a smart play by Alyssa Rowell, and that will bring up set point number 2. For boys. And we'll have an interview in between set 2 and set 3. Block, and it's going to go out, and that will end set number 2. 25-16.
Okay, in between this game, we have about 3 minutes. I'm going to talk to Miss Shay Cornett. She was the coach of Knott County Central Lady Patriots volleyball team, who won the 14th region. They won the 53rd district, 14th region. She's now found her headset. She's about to get it on. Hello, Shay.
Hey.
I told him I sat with the 14th region. I was sitting with the we're having technical difficulty.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yes, the 14th region volleyball champion, Miss Shay Cornett.
Oh, thank you.
Shay, you done great. I've been sitting here, I was watching, and I wanted to tell you, and I said it on the radio when we were down there, I thought you were the only team that could have played that well and progressed that much in the state tournament this year.
Well, I appreciate that. We worked hard and tried to play people as close to state tournament level as we could in the summer and throughout the year in hopes when we got there we'd have a good showing.
Exactly. I mean, you know, you're playing Notre Dame. They have 4 D1 signees already. But I really thought, I'll tell you that I thought you had your kids more prepared than I went a couple years to the state, and I thought I had my kids prepared. But I was really impressed. I thought your kids I thought you had them prepared to play.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. I told them in practice we can't really practice this with them. It was the pace of the game.
Exactly.
And I knew that would be what got us, if anything did. And I mean, you were there. When we were there in time to block, we blocked.
Right.
And when we were in time to pick up a dig, we picked it up.
Right.
And when we could get in system and get a set, we most of the time got a kill out of those. And I thought we serve received well, but I knew that would be the pace of the game, and I just hoped that they wouldn't get too frustrated with that.
Well, and also
I did
that's
not
what
see any frustration whatsoever.
No, I thought they did really well.
And we discussed that I said the 14th region we're not on the bottom level. We're in that middle section of play of teams, but to get to the bottom of that top section, we've got to be able to run this zero. That paces and just like you said, that's what we talked about. I said the game is going to be so fast.
Yeah.
We're waiting for that high set, and everybody shoots that ball outside, and they set that zero in the middle. And if you're not there, you're gone. I mean, you got to jump when they jump. That's what I love about this right here. All of these this is the zero. They're shooting the ball outside. The game is fast.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
It got to where, normally we double block, and that was not going to happen. And so I said, you just focus on whoever's in front of you. You focus on that header. And that was the only chance that we had as far as the speed of the game, was just to tell them you focus on who's lined up in front of you, and we'll go from there.
But I wanted to congratulate you. I thought you done a great job. I was very impressed with your team. I felt like that this year that was the team. You were the team that had to go to the state to
and we
be
did
impressive.
Put pressure on them, and they excelled under that pressure. And, the thing about it is, too, in watching those girls and everything else, it was an excellent season for them, for the people of Knott County and Knott County Central High School. And it was a pleasure to do those.
Well, thank you.
I'll tell you.
And I won't get emotional this time.
Well, it's okay if you do. I do all the time.
On my ride back, for some reason, it just hit me. I was riding back, and I thought, man, I was so impressed with the teams that I've had in the past, the progress that they made. I said they went to the state 25 years, and it never really hit me how big that was. I don't know why. I guess that 3-hour ride, it just hit me that, man, they really did do something great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it just hit me, and I put that big thing on Facebook, and I was trying to, but it just hit me. I mean, and it was just like I had so much weight lifted off my shoulders by being able to say I'm very impressed with, the kids came in, and that was their motivation. They wanted to go to the state tournament.
Yeah, and we were talking actually today. We went to College of Charleston's team camp, during the summer, and our coach in the team camp is the coach for Lander University in South Carolina, and he told us to update him at the end of the season, because we talked about our goals then, and that was a nice block.
Right.
And so we messaged him on Facebook, and he was updating us on his progress of his team. And I said it's crazy to think that was just 4 months ago, and
Right.
it's just it's a sprint,
Right.
and how far we came in that time. I'm just really proud.
But I wanted to congratulate you and your girls. Great season. I'm sure you'll be pushing your younger underclassmen. But now they have that sense of what they want to do. It makes a difference.
Oh, yeah.
Of going and being part of that and just
experiencing. Exactly.
Yeah, it was a really great season. Kind of, we just said storybook for us anyway, and for our county and
Right.
our program, and we finally got that win for Bill that we all have been talking
Right.
about for so long.
But yeah, like I said, I come home and thought, man,
It's an Elite Eight.
My girls actually, mine and Kevin's and everybody else's, they actually did. They set high goals. They achieve stuff that other kids will never get to achieve.
Yeah, well, and I told our girls, and, people have made such a big deal out of them and just been so kind and generous to them. And I said, listen, girls, this is a big deal. It's a big deal because you're the first in history, and it's a big deal even if you weren't.
Right.
If we do it next year, it'll be a big deal.
It will be.
And,
Hey, I said every time we rode the fire truck or done something, it was always every emotion is different because it's a brand new team.
And it sets the stage for future teams.
Yeah, well, you want teams and players to see that and say, I want to be part of that.
Yes.
and
But like I
work
said,
towards that.
I wanted to congratulate you all, wish you the best of luck in whatever you do, but I'm sure next year you'll be right there fighting for the top spots.
Yeah, what's the plan? You got to defend now.
You do.
And we appreciate you talking with us.
Oh,
And
well, thank you.
we'll let you get back to watching the match, you and Taylor. And
Well, we're critiquing Justin.
He's doing a
He's
good
done
job
an
in that
outstanding
corner.
job.
Yes.
It is 5-3 boys in the third set.
Thank
but
you.
Justin's holding his corner down good over there.
Yeah. 5-3, and we've had two good blocks, two good plays by Ward on the side and then the block. And that's a good job by Wesley as it goes off of Rowell.
Yeah, she's pulling that play out now, too. Everybody's hitting those
Do
little
unto
short.
others.
Yeah, hitting those little short fronts.
And that's really tough, especially if you're moving toward the center.
Right.
To be a blocker. Scotella to blocked by Ambergy.
Ambergy is getting that timing down on that
That
0
middle,
and that
yeah.
5.
Plays the middle really well. They're back to Rowell. Molyneux off the net. Gibson with the up. Scoletto to Ambergy. Nice play. Pancake. And I didn't think they were going to call it there for a second. Thought it hit the floor, but I think they said she did get under it, but it's point's going to go to Alice Lloyd. 6-5, short serve, and it hits the net, throws Molyneux off, and it's going to be a point on the ace, 7-5.
Yes, Scotello's doing a good job of
Mixing
moving this
it up.
ball. Yes.
And she's attacked Molyneux 3 times with different serves.
And
So
Boyce is calling a quick timeout. She does not want to get this out of control.
8-5, and we're in set 3. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
You've been asking for it, and we heard you, and now it's here. A better way to take control of your cellular plan with no credit check, no contracts, and most features of postpaid, plus lots of new multi-month options and plans. It's Advance Pay from Appalachian Wireless. Take advantage of $75 off Advance Pay devices. Find out more today about Advance Pay. Just visit your favorite Appalachian Wireless location for details. Your plan, your way, Advance Pay. Because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Welcome back to Alice Lloyd timeout by Boys. 8-5, as Betty Vaughn says, trying to stem the tide of momentum for Alice Lloyd. Scoletto getting ready to serve once again. As Betty Vaughn said, outstanding job of mixing her serves up. As I look down to my right, Chris Ambergy is in the house, so he's not in trouble after all. So he decided to choose his daughter instead of hunting.
Okay, we have Scotello. She's getting ready to serve. It's 8-5 in the third set.
And we bragged on her, and the timeout worked.
It did.
8-6. As Thurback will go back to serve. Vanderkoy in, Wood out. Hamburger off the block, Rowell to Rowell. Back set goes to Moeller, and it's going to be in. Coach Van Hoos thought it was out.
But both the line judge and the back judge
Both
called
said
that in, so it was
in.
Yeah.
Or it might as well have been in. Goes Wesley, pushes it, but there's Thurback. Rowell to Molyneux. Gibson on the cross, hits the top, but able to garner it over the top. Rowell hits it, but not able to get it on two. Point Alice Lloyd. Thompson will come in for Wesley, and it's 9-7 Alice Lloyd. Hamburger to serve. Hamburger not to serve. Double checking. Not out of rotation, evidently. Thompson to serve. And it's an error. Point goes to Boyce, 9-8. Green to Hall. Scoletto to Hall over top, but Green's there. Short set to Vanderkoy. Hall over the top, but Rowell gets to it. Goes to Molyneux, cuts it, but Hall is ready for it. Scoletto back set. And it's going to go off of Green, out of bounds, and that will be a point for Alice Lloyd. Nice shot that time by Cox. Hamburger will serve this time at 10-8. Green out of the game. And it's going to go long. 2 service errors in a row. Gibson will come in for Hamburger. Molyneux will go back to serve at 10-9 Alice Lloyd. Set number 3. Boys up 2-0. Goes to Thompson. Scoletto over the top, but there is Rowell. Molyneux hits it to Rowell. And it into the net, and that's going to be a point, Alice Lloyd.
Now, Alice Lloyd needs to start taking these pushes and pushing them deep because Boyce is beginning to surround all these short tips.
Yep.
So they're going to have to push one long to a corner, opposite corner.
Hall down the middle to Syracuse. Goes to Vanderkoy, and it's going to go wide. Point, Alice Lloyd. And that's why you have a good support staff. Sometimes as a head coach, you get carried away with substitutions, etc. And Rowell once again catches them off guard on 2, and the point goes to Boyce. Been very effective with that.
Yes, but she only pulls that every once in a while.
About once a set,
yeah.
Seems like. Vanderkoy with a serve. Gibson up. Scoletto to Hall. There's Rowell. She was ready that time. Goes back to her, and that's going to be a kill.
They had no blocker over here for some reason. I'm not sure.
They all went that way.
Yeah, everybody got lost in the transition.
And Rowell went all the way back across to her sister. Vanderkoy hit the Hall. Ward gets it, but it's going to go wide, and that's going to be a point for Boyce. And they draw even at 12-12. Vanderkoy to Gibson. Nice short set. Ward hits it off the double block, and that will be a point for Alice
Smart play by
Lloyd.
Ward. It was too close to hit, so she just knocked it off their hands.
Thompson out. Hall to serve. Vanderkoy out, and Wood back in. Cross to Rowell, off the fingertips. Ward across, they're back. Rowell down the line, Hall. Scoletto, and that's a Coach Stevens asking for a lift, but Ward is going to get credit with a kill.
See that
14-12.
That hit right there is going to have to. I mean,
she was below the net, so. And it gets exceptionally quiet in here all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to hear what was being said. Short serve. Rao goes across to Rao, and that's going to go wide. A point, Alice Lloyd, 15-12.
Because honestly, that push, you're talking about a half an inch, you can't play it because they can put it in where they want to.
And it goes through Molyneux's hands. They're back there. It comes straight down, and that's going to be a point for Alice Lloyd. And
Boyce is calling a timeout. It is 16-12.
And we'll be back to finish out set number 3 in 30 seconds.
You've been asking for it, and we heard you, and now it's here. A better way to take control of your cellular plan with no credit check, no contracts, and most features of postpaid, plus lots of new multi-month options and plans. It's Advance Pay from Appalachian Wireless. Take advantage of $75 off Advance Pay devices. Find out more today about Advance Pay. Just visit your favorite Appalachian Wireless location for details. Your plan, your way, Advance Pay. Because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Welcome back. We're in set number 3. Thank you for joining us here on Hometown 24. Hope you're enjoying it. And Alice Lloyd trying to stretch this match into a 4th set, up 16-12. Coach Stevens with a timeout. Hall will continue to serve.
And I'm having a blast. I like this fast speed volleyball.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movement. Everybody's, they're doing everything they can to get a ball in.
And for you high school and middle school volleyball players out there, you need to come watch these contests.
Yes.
If you're in Knott, Floyd, Perry, Letcher County, you're within the close proximity of Alice Lloyd, where you can go over to U-Pike as well.
Yeah, these two, last night and yesterday and today have been two, good games.
High level. Ward with it down, but Rao sticks to it over the top, but Wesley's there. Ward tries to go to it, but Wood stops it. On to Scatello, but Rao was there. Goes down the line, but Hall's there. Ward tries to draw it. Thurback hits it. Molyneux. Rao cuts it over top of the double block. Scotella to Wesley down the line, but Syracuse is there. Rao to Rao. Hall hits off the fan, but Gibson's there. Wesley with the call. Boyce has the free ball. Goes to Rao down the line, and that's going to be a point.
See, that's that it. It is 16-13, Alice Lloyd.
And Rao has such leaping ability. She can go up and hang for a long time. Syracuse goes out, and that will bring Rao to serve at 16-13. Goes to Hall. Scaletto to Ward. Off the double block, and that's going to be a point.
17-13, Alice Lloyd in the 3rd set.
Once again, Ward hitting it off the double block again.
She's playing smart. That ball's too close to swing, so she's just using those blocks to her advantage.
Gibson just jump serve. Molyneux, Rao, back to Rao. Nice hit. Can't do it any better than that.
That's because she was back there and got her takeoff on that ball.
She was back here where Coach Stevens is now.
Yeah, she got that takeoff, and she was going forward, so that's her weight, her arms, everything going into that hit.
Hall to Scaletto to Wesley off the double block, and that's going to be a point for Alice Lloyd, 18-14. Alice Lloyd doing a better job up front right now.
They are.
Hall goes out. Cox in. Scotella. Short, and it's going to be an error. 18-15. Vanderkoy to come in. Wood goes out. They're back to serve. Goes to Hamburg in the middle. High off high hands. Rao to Rao. Vanderkoy. Gibson unable to contain it, and that's going to be a point for Boyce. 18-16.
Yeah, that set was a little behind Ambergy, so she had to take some off of it.
Nice serve, and that's going to be an ace, and that's going to be 18-17. Forcing the back line to come up. Gibson comes up. Scotello with a bump set. Push to the back line. Vanderkoy to Gibson. Scotello out to Wesley. And that's going to be a nice shot by Wesley on the kill. 19-17. Thompson will come in for Wesley.
See, that was nice. She went to the opposite side deep in the corner because they pulled everybody up and everybody's playing the middle and playing all the short balls.
Back to Molyneux on the outside. Smart play. Couldn't do anything with it. Knocked it off of Cox. Same thing we were talking about with Alice Lloyd's front. 19-18. Alice Lloyd inching out just a little bit here. Gibson, Scotello has to react and get it across. Across to Molyneux. There's Gibson. Nice up. Scotello to Hall. Off the high hands. Green. Little miscommunication, and it's going to result in a point for Alice Lloyd. 20-18. Gibson out, Ward in, Syracuse in, Green out, Hamburger to serve. Row to row, and a little bit of mistiming. Point goes to Alice Lloyd. Free ball for Alice Lloyd.
That's what.
Free point, I should say.
That zero looks good when it works, and when it don't look good, it looks pitiful.
Yeah,
but that's just a chance you take. But that's why you have to work on that.
Yeah, and rarely have they made any
exactly
on that. Hamburgy with a up, Scotello with a hustle, free ball, nice job. They're back. Goes across to Molyneux, and she draws it back over top of her head for the kill. Nice job of readjusting in midair. 21-19, Alice Lloyd. And Molyneux will go back to serve. Nice hit, and that's going to be in. Couldn't have painted it in a better picture. Hall with the kill. Big time point for Alice Lloyd, 22-19. Boyce trying to side out here as Mallory Hall will go back to serve. Throw back. Rowell for the kill. Point Boyce. Wood in, throw back out. Vanderkoy to serve. Gibson. Ward. Off the double block, and that's going to be a point for Boyce. That's going to be 22-21. Alice Lloyd as Vanderkoy and Coach Van Hoos will call a timeout. 22-21. Stay with us.
You've been asking for it, and we heard you, and now it's here. A better way to take control of your cellular plan with no credit check, no contracts, and most features are postpaid, plus lots of new multi-month options and plans. It's Advance Pay from Appalachian Wireless. Take advantage of $75 off Advance Pay devices. Find out more today about Advance Pay. Just visit your favorite Appalachian Wireless location for details. Your plan, your way, Advance Pay. Because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Welcome back. It's 22-21 after the timeout. The second timeout called by Alice Lloyd. So
Jeremy's having a hard time believing there's just two timeouts per team.
Our cameraman is he's daydreaming about a Duke win tonight. By the way, Duke will not win tonight.
There you go.
I don't care if Kentucky gets beat, they won't win.
Exactly.
But here we go. Finishing out this set here. Who comes on top? Nice block by Wood.
Scotello, when she does that, she's going to have to do something with the ball instead of just – it's like she's free balling to get it over. She's got to make that team – she has to make Boise work for that point.
Because with Rowell over here, when she gets a good hit on a free ball, most of the time it is a kill ball. Vanderkoy with a serve. Gibson almost threw her hands. Free ball for Boyce. And on two, there it is. Alyssa Rowell, fourth time of the match.
And she can do that. She is a front row player.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would be a violation.
Yeah, a back row attack.
And they let it go. Mallory tried to touch it, but that no touch called. And it sends it to 23-23 and Hall.
Yeah, right here, Alice Lloyd's got to get a serve in, and they've got to get this pass to Scotello, and she has got to get a set.
And nice block, but it's going to go wide. And that will lead to match point. Rao will serve to end the match. Serve goes to Hall. Goes across to Wesley. There's Thurback. Guess who? Rao, and it's blocked. Double block, but nice job that time. Rao goes across. Gibson with it. Scotella to Wesley. Draws it off the top. Thurback goes back to Rao. Hits the net, and that is the match. And Boyce College will win the match at 25-23 and will advance as the regional champion to Joplin, Missouri, to, I believe it is Ozark Christian College, November 20th and the 23rd.
That's a very, very hard fought.
Third set and match.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, every game was fought hard.
But, you know, when you look at it and everything, Alice Lloyd just not able to get it to the end. So 3-0, Boyce College with the victory.
Yeah, very pleased with the process. I watched Alice Lloyd play earlier in the year, and they have grown a lot.
So
yes.
Give credit to Coach Van Hoos. Good luck to Coach Stevens and the Lady Bulldogs as they will say a prayer here before the end, and a nice way to end with both teams at the center court. And any final things, Betty Vaughn?
No, I'm glad to be. I have been very pleased to be part of this Hometown 24 this year, and doing all these volleyball games keeps me involved in the game that I really love.
Yeah, and thanks once again to Alice Lloyd College for allowing us to be here and the opportunity to do it. And I hate to be talking during prayer, so I'm going to be quiet for just a second. Nice gesture there, and both teams. Boyce College, we hope that you have safe travels. Good luck in the national championships, and I probably will tune it in now that I know a little bit about the Boyce College Lady Bulldogs,
and they're getting their banner right now.
And you know, if I was picking someone, I would go with the setter as the Alice Lloyd College player of the game, Miss Alyssa Rao.
Yes,
what do you think?
Yeah.
So Alyssa Rao will be our Alice Lloyd College player of the game. Thank you to Alice Lloyd College once again. Thank you to Hometown 24 for bringing this to the people out in the area and state and worldwide.
Yep. Glad to be part of it.
Thank you to Jeremy Woolham, even though he did not believe in the number of timeouts called. Thank you to Josh Cornett. Thank you, Betty Vaughn, for your outstanding analysis. And I think we're done with volleyball for this year. And until next year, we'll see you then. And it's not good night. It's good afternoon. And everybody be safe going home.
Yeah.